Welcome everyone back to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Fruba, Season 1, Episode 19, I'm So Sorry.
Hey, wasn't that like a crazy, like someone like screaming
Yeah.
at the end of the last episode?
I think it's probably the orange-haired girl from the OP. Judging by also the thumbnail for this episode. Spoilers. Leave a like and subscribe. Hope you enjoy this reaction. Check out Patreon to get a month ahead on this show. Also, check out our One Piece channel, linked in the description, where you can watch our One Piece reactions and other stuff. Hope you enjoy this reaction. Let's go. Oh, the editor. Oh, you're so silly, making my job a living hell. Now open the door, stop kidding around.
Is actually not home? Just break in.
He's not there.
So bad. He's so bad.
Is this while they were at the cabin? Probably not. Oh, he's actually hiding. Bastard. Did not expect that voice. I'm sorry for even breathing. Taco sex sensei.
Oh. I think you need to settle down a little bit. Oh.
This person taught Kyo how to fight?
I mean, we theorize. I don't think that's been confirmed. I love the music stopping and starting again. You know, most of the Zodiacs are very unapologetic, so this is all every like bit of self-consciousness and you know, like feel like whatever. All of that is just on this one.
Insecurity.
The rest of them are just like beating the shit out of each other and like declaring things all the time.
Is this gonna be like a trans plot line, or what's the deal here? They said son before, I'm 100% sure.
This is already... Yes, I see where you get your personality from.
Are you sure you're not related directly to Kagura?
This is a wonderful gift. Thank you so much.
Fruit's just so goddamn expensive.
Maybe not that much confidence. Yes, I agree. Instantly apologizes for being in their house.
Says the worst thing. Oh no.
Take two.
We repair the
No.
roof daily.
You see these doors? You don't even know how many times we've had to fix them.
They look pretty new, don't they? Well, they are. Yeah, we must have thought wrong.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Cute.
I'm preparing myself for some 90s era Japanese takes on transgenderism.
そうしてるんだよね。そうだったのですか。なぜ女装を？落ち着くんです。してると。それこそ初めはほんのお試し程度だったんですが、すると安心することに気づいてからやめられなくなってし
I don't even want to see you not at peace. Oh, that's so cute.
懐かしいです。そんなことしろとっても似合ってます。お綺麗です。トール君、そのフォローもどんなもんかと。でも、
Does it not?
社会人になって
Does it not help?
しぐれ兄さん、すみません。頑張りますと宣言したのに失態のようだし。
Oh, she's coming back.
そこ教えて早く。
She went to the place and he wasn't there.
しぐれ兄さんは言ったね。いわゆるストーカーってやつだね。え、ストーカー？
She figured out
What
where
a
you
piece
live?
of shit.
くれない？いっちゃん、チャンスなのかもしれないよ。
Yes.
ストーカーを追い返すことができたら大いなる
No.
兄さん、いました。私、参ります。よし。
Oh my god. Help this woman out.
I think this is a little bit dramatic here. What
After
an
all that.
asshole. I love everyone in the show just laughs like, ha, 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 ha. It's blank. You were lied to and manipulated. Oh. Oh no. That was pretty bad.
So much suicide.
私が犯した罪を許すことなかれ、担当さん切な健康を亡き者にしてしまいました。もう死をもって償うもらってだっては。
Whoa, 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 whoa.
無罪に裏切りました。何度もチャンス。どうし回って周りを困らせ。
I feel like there's a reason she's always apologizing all the time. Or he.
私のせいでいつも謝ってばかり。ごめんね。だって母さんだって泣かないよね。子供が欲しかったよね。そう。いっそ私のような人間はかもしれないのに、その根性すらありません。役にも立たないのに、性に対しては人です。そんな自分が腹立たしい。いませんよ。本田さん、あいついつの間に？つぶとですか？だって生きているからこそ悩んだり喜んだり。 きっとこの世に生まれてきたのから見つけるのですよ。
Is she gonna fall off?
一生懸命生まれた理由を
The show loves its roof scenes.
トールを産んでよかったいるから私毎日笑った。じゃあ私はお母さんに会うためにそうだったら嬉しいな。
So sad.
生まれてくる人なんていないって自分で決めるもんって思うから。
Oh my god.
例えば夢や
And just continuing on with her speech.
つける理由は曖昧で不安定かもしれないけれどなくしてしまう。生きている限りはやっぱり嬉しいです。私もそれでできればできたらやっぱり私は誰かの中に見つけたいです。誰かのために生きられるような自分に。だからいいんですよ。きっとずぶとくたってずぶとく生きていたらいつか誰よりくれる人に会えれないですから。だからこんな私でも
This escalated really quickly.
できることなら私もやっぱりのためがいいな。本当にすみませんでした。いえこちらこそ初めてやった方の前で恥ずくても
I was under a lot of pressure.
ストーカーなんてひどいですよね。いつも私のことからかって遊ぶし、締め切りはぶっ飛ばしてるし。それはひどい。
What an asshole.
ないんですね。
I think you'd be fine with this job if you had literally anyone else as like a client.
迷惑をかけて。こんな自分が本当嫌になります。子供の頃からずっと周りに迷惑ばかり。だからずっと自信がなくて、私なんか生まれてかって思っていました。でもそれでも生きることにしたんです。だってこんな私でも言いつけられるかもしれないから。出会えるかもしれないから。と言ってもこれ人からの受け売りなんですけど。りっちゃんさんのお話聞いてたらました。たこ焼きが冷めてしまいますよ。はい。うまい。先生、それで原稿は
Hold on, I need to eat first.
たこ焼き先生になって
うさ冗談。もうできてます。
ありがとうございます。元はといえば私がもしよろしければ私とお友達になってくれませんか。
That's really nice.
中でよろしいのですか。はい、ぜひください。私もりっちゃんさんの視力をアップさせたいな。
りっちゃん
と。
りっちゃんは男だよ。
すみません。私こんな格好ですみません。りっちゃんすごく
They're just like the perfect combination of just like apologizing and like doing all kinds of stuff and back and forth.
I'm glad they became friends in the end.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
何マジで拾ってんのさ。
I like that picture that.
What'd you think of that episode?
That was kind of a crazy episode. There was like there was a lot. It escalated
quickly.
very quickly.
Holy
and it's crazy
shit.
because we have like the editor like joking about like hanging
Yeah.
up a noose and like making a whole thing, and then and like everything with like all of the character. Well, the two like new, like not really new, but like the two characters that are the focus of this episode are both very, very, very dramatic. So it's like everything keeps kind of like one up. Like every time they interact, it's like one upping the last time that they interacted, and then it just got really real and sad and depressing.
It was like Whiplash, and it just you landed in a really depressing place, and then it was like wholesome but still kind of sad.
Yeah.
And then that was just the episode. It was a really weird one. It was all right.
Yeah,
know.
I was a little bit worried when Tori was like almost falling off of the roof.
I'm sure she would have made it out. I don't think they would kill her off in this random episode.
No, I know it's.
I wasn't worried. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know what to.
So there's the interesting stuff. Like I said at the start, what I was preparing for was a weird like because you watch Naruto or even something like Yu Yu Hakusho, these manga from the 90s and early 2000s, and they have very sort of different views on LGBT and stuff like that, and they're not the most accepting because Japan is a much more conservative culture. But then what's funny specifically about Yu Yu Hakusho is that the times where it does mention it, and it's very black and white, like stop pretending to be a girl because accept yourself, and it's like, and then it's funny because as Hunter x Hunter happens and goes on, clearly Togashi did a lot more thinking on the subject and like evolved his worldview and stuff like that, and considered different ideas and just thought about it a little bit more. And it's just very interesting to see a manga from that's set in the late 90s and that is originally was adapted in the early 2000s be inclusive in its own way. It's not a Western modern view of this type of person, but it's and not everything's all black and white. Trans isn't the only thing. It seems like Ritsu's more of just a cross-dresser, but it also feels like maybe
it's like with we talked about previously with having like gay characters and
yes,
like how
that's what I was gonna
it's
say.
Not really done, so we're gonna kind of do it in like a way that's not explicitly that, but it's like grasping the same ideas. Like obviously for trans people, suicide is like a huge like factor, and like feeling like your your existence is a burden, or you're like the things that make you or the things that like make you feel more comfortable make other people more uncomfortable, and it's like being a problem. And that's like I think really relatable for like a lot of people just in general, but like he puts on like Kagura's clothes and then is like crying and like feeling like really at peace and like like described as like calm and like like this is more comfortable to be like that, and then just continued that for like 10 years. And then so and then I'm not I guess what I'm not sure of is like how this is gonna go, if they're gonna be, because they're like, oh well, you should just wear men's clothes now that you're going to work, because it's like, is the arc gonna be okay, so this character
is confused
and then is gonna just like dress as a man, and all that was missing was confidence, like, or is it gonna be,
is he gonna get with the editor and then like slowly just become a man, you know what I mean, like,
or is it gonna be like the other characters are gonna be more understanding, and there's
going to be a development in that way.
He's gonna be like, oh, I would actually rather go by she, or is it just gonna be like, well, the thing
that's why I'm saying, like, that's why I'm separating like the modern Western view, because like a lot of I'm not, obviously don't know if you could tell, but I'm not trans or anything like that, and I'm definitely not gay, but so it's hard. I'm not claiming to be an expert or anything, but a lot of what our Western view of transgenderism comes from is it's very language based, and it's very based in how we identify and how we have criticized phallogocentrism, which is like how if you think about how woman and man, like woman is like a modified version of man, and that's how a lot of things in our language go, is it's like there's the man thing that's like the default, and then you add a at the end of it or something like that to make it like a feminine thing, and that's how a lot of Western languages go. When you're talking about Eastern philosophies and just other parts of the world, not just Eastern Asia, but just other places, it's they haven't gone through the same sort of dialectic criticism that we are going through right now in our part of the world. So the conceptions of gender are not as separate from sex, because here it's like there's your biological sex, but that doesn't determine determine your gender necessarily. So we're sort of embroiled in our part of the world with this whole conversation, and obviously 20 plus years ago in Japan they were not embroiled in that same conversation. So I think part of this is in a way is not going to head towards that, but it's also like because of the nature of how they might categorize gender and sex, etc., etc. I think that this is what was presented here of the scenes of, you know, people mistaking Ritsu for a girl and then them being like, oh, Ritsu's a boy. That's more progressive. Like, if you think about it, like that's more of a progressive thing to be like, oh no, this isn't a girl. This is a male who is being this way. So being your like that's why the whole like accept yourself thing in these types of stories is not progressive in the way that we think of it as modern Westerners, but if they just it's outside of the conception at the point of this part of the writing, because this you know, to outwardly to like not just cast a male voice actor as a female character and then have everyone say, oh, this is a girl, like that's one thing, but to put forward towards the audience like, no, this girl looking person is actually a boy, in, you know, not using male or female, is sort of putting forward the idea towards people who might not be acquainted with stuff like this or know anything about transgenderism. It makes it more understandable and accessible, and it's a more like, you know, first step down the road towards all of these more complicated ideas that obviously we're dealing with now 20 years later in a completely different part of the world. So it's difficult for us in general to judge a lot of these things, like in stuff like Naruto, where it's just like, oh, no matter what you do, a woman's always a woman.
Clearly, like
it's like this is the answer to this. It's like, you know, a character who's like in drag or pretending to be a woman is like clearly in the wrong and like just pretending and, like, and playing
evil
a game
and deceitful
or
and
just
like,
gross,
yeah,
you know, like that type of thing is clearly one-sided. But it's in stuff like this, for example, because of all the issues with language that I was talking about, because of the time gap, the cultural differences, everything. There's some places in the world, for example, that like just don't even like being gay or straight is not even a thing, because unlike us who like make our sexual orientation or associate sexual orientation and sexual preference with, you know, our with our idea of identity and who we are, other places of the world just don't even consider that as like a thing. They're just like, you know, it's you know, it's you don't yeah, it's just the cultural evolution didn't evolve in a way that like demonizes homosexuality or puts forward certain ideas, so then it doesn't become a hotly debated topic. They just live the life how they live, and everybody's kind of like 80% bi, but like 80% towards one or the other, you know what I mean? Or just, you know, flip-flop as much as they want, and it's not even like a thing to do with, you know, oh, this person's a bi person or this person's a gay person. We in the West so much associate all this stuff with your identity that it's and clearly there's some of that here. But what I'm pointing out here is just that how differently everywhere else in the world, how issues of gender identity, sexual orientation, stuff like that, like differs in different cultures and parts of the world. Not even talking about the 20-year difference. But what I find really interesting about our previous discussion about homosexuality in this show and in Japanese media and in, you know, the 2000s and 90s is how who remind me, who is Ritsu's idol? Who Ritsu wants to be like? It's Ayame. It says like, oh, I really want to be someone like Aya ni. So I really want this person who is struggling with their own sense of confidence and freedom to be who they are despite it being aside from the norm is looking up heavily to the person that we strongly theorized or speculated was a not a closeted gay person, but a gay person who is fully out and fully confident and just is who they are, this sexual being in this way who is unapologetic for it, but the show isn't quite in the way where they fully explicitly acknowledge that part of it. It's more implicit. And it still is implicit, that's the point, but the fact that Ritsu, this character who's clearly dealing with some sort of trans or cross-dressing or questions of gender identity is looking up to this person who we theorized was gay.
Well, yeah, because that's the other thing as well. It's like a lot of, and like that's the other thing. It's like maybe it isn't necessarily like a trans thing because a lot of drag queens are like they identify as men and then but like express themselves and like are like creative through like an outlet of like this like over this like very dramatic example of femininity. So there's that as well.
There's a lot of potentials in different areas. I think the most realistic is that like if there weren't like maybe there's some implicit censorship pressure in the manga industry or in the anime industry to not say outright that this person identifies as something like this, or because of like I said, with all the cultural differences, they don't think of things in the same way. So somebody being a boy and then presenting as a girl, but they still say he is like their how they deal with trans things. So what I think is the most likely is that it's similar to how the gay characters, like kind of like you pointed out earlier, are gay, but they just aren't said to be gay, and they're like dancing around that because like, they don't want to put anybody off.
Very obviously at the same time.
They don't just explicitly. IMA doesn't explicitly say I'm a gay guy, but he'll like flirt with all the guys and
he'll
be super flamboyant.
All men should have sex with me.
Yeah, so like they say it, but it's not like, it's still like more of a played for a joke, not because they're like necessarily making fun of it. I guess they kind of are, but like it's not a they're portraying it, but they don't want to put anybody off. So I think what they're doing with Ritsu is the same thing, where they're portraying this, they're giving it, they're putting a spotlight on it, exposing people to it, and obviously just making a character out of it, because it's a pretty serious struggle to be going through for somebody, aside from any like possible social progressive thing. I think that it's just a type of character arc to kind of go through, and it's very tragic and very sad and wholesome and all that stuff, and about accepting yourself, etc., etc. But I think that it's this kind of the same thing, where they don't want to full on say it, or they can't full on say it.
I will say at
something.
least like to me it seems like thus far in the show, even if stuff like has been played for jokes or whatever, it seems like less malicious than I think like a lot of other things, like we were saying that some stuff in Naruto or in other things, I feel like a lot of times it can come off as like, this person is either like the villain or like disgusting or like shouldn't be accepted. But then there is also the thing of all of the characters are super accepting that he wants to dress and look like this beautiful woman wearing like this like fancy like outfit, and she's like, wow, you're like so feminine, so beautiful. Oh, you're a guy. Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
You're still like you're still awesome, and like I will still want to be your friend. So like that's something as well. It's not just like, oh, that's wrong. Don't dress like that, and then it's
because it's a different, it's interesting because it's a different stage of like the fight for acceptance, if you think of it like that. Like in this, it's like the fact that they're acknowledging the struggle. It's like they're acknowledging the struggle, really, and it shows a difference in the times and the difference in the the stages of moving, like navigating this ideal, I guess. like it's a different form of acceptance, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I see what you're
Does that make sense? Like it's you know it's being inclusive, but in a different way than we would that a Western person in modern day would handle that situation. It's about like looking past your own assumptions and like just being accepting of the world that they want to live in and the way that they want to present themselves, and not like drawing attention to that and making it easy for them to be the person that they want to be. It's not about like a lot of people, conservatives might be like, oh, you're pretending that they're this and that. That's not what I'm trying to say. But the fact that in this they're calling attention to it, it just shows like a different understanding of it. Like I was saying with all the cultural barriers and all the like the difference in social progress. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing to talk about. And I will say, it's like usually the times you talk about stuff like this, it's like it's a lot more implicit, or it's like difficult to like, you know what I mean? Like it's hard to it's very interesting to watch an anime where they like fully portray something like this. Yeah, where it's not a villain, it's just a character trying to live their life. Mm-hmm. I think that's really cool, and it's interesting just to talk about it from like a review standpoint.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. I liked this as well, like having like these two like super anxious and like dramatic characters kind of get together and they're like just screaming over each other. I just love the
noose in the background. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
Oh man.
And then Toru like gives this whole speech of like, oh, you know, you like your life is worth living, basically.
Yeah.
and then like the same it's like immediately paid forward to someone else. It's a, you know, kind of similar again to like this Hunter x Hunter idea of like in that like the friendship aspect of like, oh well, like I'll be your friend, and then they like get better a little bit, or like are kind of inspired by that, and then like pay it forward to someone else.
It's funny how it is like the suicide thing. It's like, it is, you said it already, but it's like, it's funny that they just made a full-on joke of the suicide and then had them,
and then immediately turned it into not a joke. And
Yeah.
even when you see like him up on the building at first, it's like, oh, this is funny, and then it's like, oh no, like this isn't just like a little skit of like, oh, I'm on the roof, and then it's gonna like cut away and like they're gonna be in the house again or something. And it's it was kind of crazy.
Anyway, really interesting topic of discussion. The episode itself, all right, not terrible. You know,
No.
not the best episode of Fruits Basket, but we have been having like
spoiled
bangers
with,
of
like,
episodes back to
amazing
back.
episodes.
Yeah, so you know. But it was a decent episode, led to, I think, a pretty interesting topic of conversation. But yeah, I guess we could just move on to the next one. Hope you leave a like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed most of all. Check out our One Piece channel. See you next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Leave a like, subscribe. Leave a comment, please, for Fruits Basket. Check out our Patreon to get a month ahead. Check out our One Piece channel to enjoy One Piece reactions. Let's check out this Fruits Basket reaction. Support the official release. Let's go.
What?
What the fuck is this? Is this the manuscript? Oh, it's a show. Oh no, we heard about this show already. This is a recurring thing in this show.
YouTubers don't have to do that. That's why I became one.
It's nice.
しぐれさん出るの。キサが本当にトールさんのことが好きみたいね。
It's the other kid.
This episode feels like it's gonna be kind of crazy.
You think so?
Yes.
更衣室で時間を潰して。なんでしょう。靴が降ってきました。ね
Didn't even look.
え、それ拾って。うわあ、可愛らしい。拾ってよ。はい、どうぞ。
Hey yo, Toru? The fuck?
何マジで拾って愚か者。アイデンティティとかポリシーとか持ってないわけ。回れって言われたら回るわけ。転ぶわけ。いいえ。やだやだ。主体性を持ち合わせない。
I was just doing you a favor? Throws it into traffic.
It was right outside her work.
ねえ、この俺がわざわざ会いに来てやったのに礼の一つも言えないわけ。あなた様ごときにこうして会いに来る人間経験ですぐ察してくださいません。
This kid is an ass.
鈍いんだよボケ女。なんだで聞いてたこと大したことないじゃん。ばっからしい。食事の一つもおごってよ。
No!
それぐらい
No!
Where's your mother?
Where are your parents?
俺におごれっていうわけ。年下
You suggested it.
カツアゲしてもいいと思ってるわ。
I hate this kid.
利己的な人間って。
I can't stand self-centered people. Okay, buddy.
You're trying to steal from
な
her?
んか薄汚れたカバン。あ、でもこの手帳の色はいいね。いけませんそれは。俺は相馬ヒロはないと思うけど、一応名乗っておくよ。
We're gonna meet again when I go to your house and ask your parents why you're such a little shit. Hey!
What a fucking asshole.
なくてはバイト気にではないのです。トール？
Momiji, go get my shit back.
Go beat up that kid. You look like a kid, so you'll be able to get away with it.
ただのマザコンじゃないか。
If he rips up this fucking picture, I swear to God.
Please take it away from him.
どこにいたって。
Please recognize it and take it
I
away
bet he
from
will.
him. Look, he's so smug.
ってわけ。
Just wanna punch him. Take it. Take it.
ああ、空まで飛ばすところ。お前、
その手帳にはお母
ヒロ、てめえなんかしやがったのか。
さんが。何それ？人をジャス
You're holding
You're
her
holding the
shit.
proof right now.
してんじゃねえ。思いっきり返してやれさっさと。
そのボケ女が取ってくれって頼んだんだ。
This kid is the fucking worst. Throw him down these
I hate-
stairs.
虐待の罪に問われたいなら勝手にすれば。
Can you just grab it out of his hand?
ヒロちゃん、お姉ちゃんのもの取ったの。こんにちは。ですがなぜここに？ピータ。なるほどね。差し金ってわけ。ヒロちゃん、目だよ。お姉ちゃん
I hate this little fucker.
ダメだよ。
I bet there's no good reason why he's doing this at all. You can't prove it.
俺だっていらないよ。こんなもの。
ヒロ。
I bet he feels abandoned because his sister's spending all his time with her instead.
どうしてそんな悲しくなるようなことしたら嫌だよ。お姉ちゃんってなんだよ。いつさ、モゲタの DVD だって。
Oh, instead of hanging out with
俺
him.
が貸したのに一緒に見ようって。でもヒロちゃん DVD 貸してくれた時のこと。俺は興味ないけど、キサはこれ好きでしょ。そんなこといちいち口で言わせ。ヒロ無茶言ってる。うるさいよウサギ。俺だってキサのことすごく心配して。
何が何なってんだ。
今日は鈍感すぎ。
あ、
ボールに焼きもち焼いてたんだよ。やっぱり小学6年生だもん。不器用なのね。ヒロちゃん、今度は絶対一緒に見ようね。トール、今日はバイトなのに遅刻だよ。いいえ、謝っても許しません。罰を受けていただきます。
Yeah.
何さそれ。どうさせる気なわけ。
お前のどこが罰だ。
So pathetic. Too smart for his own good.
Hmm?
They're not siblings.
Oh. Just cousins? Rewatch it with him.
あんたに解消がないだけとかは考えないわけ。に何の意味があるわけ。
アニメぐらい好きか。
ほら、亡くなった
You should start a channel.
いたわりを持ち合わせてない人間って。
Yeah, me too.
Same. This guy's the world's biggest hypocrite. Yeah. I mean, you treat her like a servant, but
Yeah, you were
but she
literally
lives in your house rent
2
free.
episodes ago. You were sitting at the table, and then you were just like, "I'm hungry," and then she got up and made you food.
の責任も果たしてないくせに文句だけ多いやつって。
殴りてー。飛ばしてやり
さらしたガキにもできんだよ。
なんてレゴ一緒だ。ストップよ、今日。引くなら相馬のうちですらいいだろうが。それがなかなかイチャつけなかったり
Why not?
するんだよね。十二使が誰かとイチャつくのはそうやろうとかなりの覚悟が必要ってね。
It's a whole thing.
ま、とにかく軽くなるのは君もまだまだ反抗期だっていうだよ。早く僕のように立派な
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy.
玄関回してたよ。
Does he have something due again? Wasn't that like 2 days ago?
Maybe he's a light novel author, or maybe he has to deliver chapters.
Maybe she's just being proactive this time.
用事を思い出しちゃった。ちょっと出かけてきます。
それからお茶のおかわり。
だからお前は。
すぐご用意しますね。
おめで
Yeah, please stop giving in to him.
なんか日を増すごとにやかましい家になっていってる。
ひろちゃんはお姉ちゃんが嫌いなの？好きではない。じゃ連れてきてくれるの？キサはあいつが好きだから。私、お姉ちゃんのそばにいるとあったかくなるんだ。
She has her hair the way that Toru does with the little bows
Oh,
now.
I didn't notice that. That's cute.
私がまだ小学生だった頃はよく遊んでくれたんだけど、急によそよそしくなって理由もわからなくて、だからすごくびっくりして、久のこと嬉しかった。ちょっとヒロさんお帰りなさい。どこか遊びに連れてってよ。
Why don't you? Do you ever ask nicely?
Yeah. Oh, just asking for everything you want must be a great way to live.
それをアキトに言ったらどうなるなんて考えもつかなかっただ。
What did
あえ
he
て口
say
にしな
to
いと怖
him?
かったのかもしれない。
俺はキサが大好きだよ。
Oh.
結果アキトはキサに全治2週間の怪我を負
Oh
わ
What?
my god.
ボコボコに殴っちゃったわけね。
Holy shit!
Matter with
What?
this
せ
guy?
極力キサに近づそうこうしている間にキサはいじめにあったらしいが、自分がしたことに対する憤りをどうしたらないのだろう。アキトは責められないか。
それで
I think you could. I blame him.
不条理よってね。何が？
お前がこの事件を知らなかったことだ。お前に何でも話していると思っていた。
Apparently not about beating a
僕
child.
も信用されてない。好きにすればいい。どうせ最後に思い知るのはあっちなんだ。
ガキだな。
そう、僕はガキなのさ。呆れちゃうほど。
当たりまで本田君が受けたりしないか心配だな。
なんだかね。本当に下手くそだね。好きになったり大切にすることが。
Scary.
なんでこんなしみったれたとこ選ぶわけ？その頭には映画とかちょっと待ってね。
What's gonna happen at this park?
Oh, what a gentleman.
This feels like set up for something really bad.
大好きで好きだって気持ちを貫きたくてあの人にも会ってほしくてなのに俺はずるい
The least understanding person in
大
the
怪我さ
world.
せといてキサに何も言えなくてなんでこんなガキなわけ
Because you're a child.
何もできないくせにガキのくせにに嫉妬までして最悪だこんな自分死ぬほど嫌なのにこんなんじゃなくてもっと大人になりたいのにヒロさんすごいですやはり小学6年生別にフォローしてほしいと望んではないんだけどそれとも何おべっか違います自分はまだ子供だと埋めるのはとても怖くて
Bringing out the mom wisdom here.
もういいってお母さん言ってますだからちゃんと認めることができる人っているってヒロさんは何もできなくないです王子様になってゆけますだってちゃんと勇気があるのですから全くもって王子様的存在じゃないってそう言いたいわけまあその通りだけどねでもまあ今日は特別におごってあげるよなんか王子様だよ何の確証もないくせにともしなれなかったら責任取ってくれるわけなかったら勇気があるのですから
That's pretty.
ヒロちゃん嬉しいことあった見てろってやるから絶対に
Keep the change. I'm so rich.
Keep the
it doesn't
change,
even-
you filthy Zodiac.
I never back down from a wave
Oh
fight.
boy, that's gonna be a fun one.
I was so angry at that kid. I understand he has his reasons, but he was so annoying. He's so annoying. He's like the worst kind of child.
Most entitled kid of all time.
And keeps treating other people like they're super entitled. Oh, what, you just don't make decisions for yourself? Oh, that must be really nice. As he's like bossing people around constantly. Akito is just getting worse and worse. Every time I hear about this guy, like, not only did he blind someone, but now he has beaten a child.
He's proven that that wasn't an accident
Yeah, that was on
and an
purpose.
outburst.
Yeah.
That
That was like a deliberate attack. Yeah, because that was the other thing. It's like, oh, she was just there, and then he freaked out. He like lost his shit, and then like accidentally like got him in the eye. It's like, no.
I mean, maybe these people are all closer related than you know we imagine, and he's just really anti-incest, and he just
You know, I don't think that's the case.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't even... Like, and she wasn't even there. So he, like, went, found her, and then beat her up. Or, like, ordered her to, like, come there. And then
Premeditated.
beat her up.
Premeditated child abuse.
Yeah. That's messed up.
I wonder why. It has something to do with the curse?
Yeah, I
With
don't
the
know. Maybe
curse?
he just doesn't want anyone to be happy. He's like, I'm miserable. You guys are all gonna be miserable with me. Fuck you.
It's clearly like an ownership thing or something like that. I don't know, man.
It's just horrible.
Shit's sketchy. When he stole her notebook with her mom's picture, I was fucking so mad. I was waiting for
It
Kyo to
looks
just
like
like
he was
run up
gonna,
the
like-
stairs and just chunk him off. Yeah, it looked like he was gonna rip it when he was sitting there alone. Just like, ah, what is this bullshit?
Oh, a mom? I hate moms. All Zodiacs have mom problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I love how he's making a big deal about the anime, and then they watch the anime. And he's like, "This fucking sucks. What are we? This is a terrible show."
It's just funny when Toru watches it. She's like, "Oh yeah, so he has problems because of his wife, but I bet she has her own problems." And then he's just like, "Oh, so this guy, he blames it all on his wife.
What
Has
a
he
weak
just considered
bitch.
that he sucks?"
Yeah. Oh my god. He's kind of Sigma in a way. Classic rich kid move, doesn't even care about his fucking change.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, the like subtle like hint at Akito maybe just beating Toru up or killing her, like
Yeah.
I don't know what
the hell?
Like a child admitting a crush on another child warranted like beating the shit out of her. And also like Yuki got locked in a room for like years and psychologically tortured, and the other guy lost his eye over like proposing. So like I don't know like what exactly he wants, but it seems like Toru is like reaching far more people, you know? So I feel like the punishment would be extremely severe.
I wonder if that's what he was asking. I wonder how much Hiro knows about all that, but if that's what he was asking at the end, he's just like, what kind, are you the kind of person who can blah 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 blah, like all these different like criteria. Maybe he knows a little bit about the curse or something and is seeing if she's like rightful to succeed Akito or something. Or if that's just set up for us and he's asking all those things, but those are also the qualities that would be needed for somebody in that position. Because he said like 5 different things, like to take everything's blah 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 and yourself.
You're like
and to
helping people just
yeah,
by
it's all that
being
shit
around them and this and that. Yeah, I love how they're like, it keeps getting louder in here, and I just thought like they need like a sign on the door that's just like Toru's animal shelter.
Oh my god, what a crazy episode. Not as much to say about it as the last one, but it's I hope this kid, it'll be, what I will say is it'll be really satisfying when he like starts defending Toru, or like when he fully comes over to her side, that'll be like, yeah, tell him, Hiro, fuck Akito, you know, tell him how it is or whatever. Whenever he like comes over to their side, it'll be nice.
Yeah, Toru brought out the mom advice, worked yet again. She's just like, you know, I think it's brave to admit that you're childish instead of just being like, you're literally 10 years old. Shut up. She has a lot of patience for that
She
kid.
does.
She has an unlimited amount of patience. And I love the detail of Kita doing her hair. Like
Kisa?
Kisa. Kisa doing her hair like Toru. It was very cute.
That's very cute. Leave a like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one, Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Check out our One Piece channel. Bye-bye.